Good morning and welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Another edition of Double G Sports Talk Saturday. I'm Dave Grimm, and this is Clifton Garmrath, who is in some kind of a squirrely mood this morning.
Good morning.
You can't calm him down. He's hyperactive this morning. And I don't know why, for a Saturday morning when everybody else should be in bed, you are this hyperactive.
And we rolled in at 1 o'clock this morning from Wynne.
From
Beebe.
Yeah, it was a long drive down to Beebe and back last night. We all got in late after a heartbreaking loss for the Greene County Tech Eagles, 37-34. Missed a field goal in the final 8 seconds.
4 seconds.
Well, it was 4 after he tried to kick it. It was 8 when he put his foot on it. And then he missed that field goal. So that was the final score, 37-34. And that does a lot of things to the playoff picture. We're going to go over that in just a minute. Of course, the Cardinals lost last night. They're going to have to play a Game 6. They're going to go back to San Francisco. And you got a lot of input this morning, don't you?
Yeah.
You're just sitting there like a lump. You were hyperactive, couldn't get you to stop talking. 3 minutes ago, the camera goes on and nothing.
Well, no, I was thinking about what I wanted to say about the playoffs, but I really didn't want to get off the football topic.
Well, we're going to go back to that, but the Cardinals lost last night.
I know.
Zito tore them up
and
last
I hate
night.
that because now we got to go back to San Francisco, and hopefully we'll win that first one because I really don't want to see it going to that seventh game.
Seventh game in San Francisco would be a killer. Oh, my gosh. But they won in San Francisco already once.
Well, they won the first game, but
right.
They got pounded the second game, and that hometown crowd can make a big difference.
Well, I guess that game is tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yeah,
the San Francisco game. Okay. Well, so tomorrow, Game 6.
In the American League, Detroit Tigers are just sitting there resting all their pitchers.
That's not necessarily a good thing for them to rest that long and get cold.
But they have enough time Leland has enough time to make his pitching lineup out on Game 1, Game 2 he wants to start, and here the Cardinals are just trying to get in the thing, and then they'll have to go with who's the freshest at 4 days rest.
And Jim Leland is one of the masters of the game. He is a brilliant baseball manager.
Wouldn't you like to interview him?
Yeah, let's see if we can get that out.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we're going to talk about later. I've got some really, really good interviews coming up in the next 2 weeks.
You do have a good one coming next week, or a week after, whenever that is.
We'll go over that later in this show. Let's jump
I will give you the credit on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's jump into last night's results. We told you one already. Greene County Tech lost to Beebe 37-34. 2 of the games were blowouts last night. Batesville over Blytheville 50-7, and Wynne over Paragould 49-14. That one took place right here in Paragould. And then the surprise of the night, Nettleton rallies to defeat the Forrest City Mustangs 41-40 last night.
Yeah, that was a big win for Nettleton, and I'm very sure that Forrest City went back home very quiet on the bus.
That vaults, both these wins for Beebe and Nettleton vaults them back into the playoff conversation. And we're going to go over that for you right now. Wynne still has a lock temporarily on first place. They only need to win one more game to secure first place no matter what.
Right.
To clinch first place. Batesville, second place, and they only need to win one more game to clinch second place. And then you get into the mix-up. Right now in third place is Forrest City. They're holding it solid right now with a 3-2 record. They're the only ones with a 3-2 record. There are 3 schools with a 2-3 record. They are Beebe, Nettleton, and Blytheville. Now the way they do tiebreakers in the AAA is if you've got 3 schools with the same record, you look at their playoff points, which is the margin of victory in a conference game. You add those points up, not to exceed 13 points in one game, and you come up with the total. Well, they dump the one with the least amount of points out of the tiebreaker off the bat. And right now that's Beebe. They only have 4 playoff points. Dump them out. You've got 2 teams left with a 2-3 record. You go head-to-head on those. That's Blytheville and Nettleton. They've already played. Blytheville won the game. So Blytheville still has the 4th spot if they went to the playoffs today. Now, they've still got 2 weeks of football. and that could easily change. Blytheville has 2 games left. They have to play at Forrest City, which in fact, we're going to have their next 2 games. Blytheville's next 2 games will be on yourprimetimesports.com.
Is Blytheville at home next week?
Next week they host Paragould, and they travel to Forrest City.
Okay, if Blytheville wins next week, next Saturday needs to be a McCroskey moment.
Okay,
here on your primetime.
I'll let you
he loved it when he came over earlier in the year. Mm-hmm. He came over after the West Memphis game, which was called at halftime because of lightning. But he was more than willing to come back. So
even if they lose, they're still got a shot in the hunt. So let's see if we can get Coach McCroskey win or lose.
I think you need to do that. So next week, that if you can get him, that'll give you 2 good 5A East coaches that do not live here in Paragould.
That's right. Because we've got Richey.
One basketball, one football. We get to talk a little bit of both. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
All right, we'll see if we can get Coach Vince McCroskey to come on the show next week. But yeah, Blytheville still hanging on to that 4th spot by a thread, and we have their last 2 regular season football games in a row on yourprimetimesports.com. So hindsight being 2020, we lined out that schedule pretty good, didn't we? That football schedule.
Yeah, we did.
So that's the playoff picture in the 5A East. And we were talking about the guests for next week. We're going to try and get Coach McCroskey. That's not guaranteed. But we do have Greg Richey, who is the head girls basketball coach for the Beebe Lady Badgers. He's going to travel to Paragould and be with us on your Primetime Sports on Double G Sports Talk Saturday next week. And then another guest I already have lined up. I will interview Meadowlark Lemon of the Harlem Globetrotters. Of course, he's formerly of the Harlem Globetrotters, but he still travels with them, still makes appearances with them, and they're going to be playing a benefit game at Paragould High School next Saturday. And before they play that game, we'll have him here on Double G Sports Talk Saturday.
Now, tell everyone that you're going to have this interview, but what you're doing is you're starting a Legends
series here on your primetimesports.com, and we're going to interview legends of sports. Try and have one for you each week. I can't guarantee you that every week we'll be able to get one, but for the next 2 weeks in a row.
Well, to get a legend
this week,
every week, you're going to have to go down deep into the bucket. You're going to have to get people like this guy to my left and stuff like that.
Is he a legend?
He thinks he is.
Our first guest sitting over here eating. And I don't even know if he knows we're talking about him.
Sure he does. He hears me. Now he's turned around. So.
All right. Well, we're going to have him on very momentarily. Coach Scott Bolin from Greene County Tech. He's coming up first this morning. But, yeah, we've got Meadowlark Lemon next week on our Legends series. Week after that, a legend in sports broadcasting in Northeast Arkansas, in the Mid-South. We're going to have Dick Clay on the show from KAIT.
Well, I've not seen Mr. Dick in a long time.
And, after he retired from Channel 8, he continued. He had a fishing show, an outdoor show and a fishing show on Channel 8, and it was actually syndicated on other channels around the Mid-South. So we're really, really proud to be able to get him on the show.
How long has Dick Clay been away from KAIT?
15 years?
At least.
Yeah. But he still, in fact, I think he still does some fishing shows. So he is still active.
I know one thing. I remember high school as a kid, always seeing him on KIT.
Yeah, well, he in high school, yeah. And he was on there forever.
Junior high school. After I got out of high school, he's on there forever.
We're gonna talk about the things he has seen and done in his sports career 2 weeks from today on your Primetime Sports.
Yeah.
We're going to take our first break of the day, and when we come back, we will be bringing you our first guest. It is Scott Bolin, the head coach of the Greene County Tech Eagles boys basketball team, right here on your primetimesports.com.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Make the switch now to no-fee banking.
First National Bank provides me with totally free checking, and as a business owner, that helps keep my customers satisfied.
At First National, there are no fees and no hassles. Express yourself by choosing a debit card that fits your personality.
I switched my bank to First National because of no monthly debit card fees. Are you ready to switch?
First National Bank, the working bank for working people. Member FDIC.
Let us show you how easy switching can be.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
Okay, we're back on yourprimetimesports.com. I poked my own self in the eye while we were in the break. I poked myself right in the eye.
Hey, Grim, did you poke yourself in the eye?
I poked myself in the eye. This is Scott Bolin from Greene County Tech High School, the head coach of the basketball team, the boys basketball team, and it is right upon us. We've already had several of the small school basketball coaches on with us, and we're going to have some more of those today. But this is our first of the larger schools, the football playing schools, to come on with us, and we can always rely on good old Scott to come on with us.
Well,
he would do the whole show if we asked him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I miss my true calling, being a radio guy.
I wore this shirt for you, by the way. I know you collect jerseys and collect sports memorabilia. This is the last year that Arkansas State University was Indians, and if you can see right there.
Yeah, I do.
This is the last season they were Indians. Coach Roberts gave me this in that last season. This is game worn.
I like it. If you ever want to get rid of it, holler at me. I'll take it off your hands.
I bet you would. I don't know if I want to part with this. This is a piece of history right here.
I understand.
Scott, your basketball season is upon us.
It is.
And you're what? Depending on a playoff spot, you're 2 weeks away.
No, actually, we're 3 weeks away.
3 weeks away?
Yeah, we open up on November the 12th.
So that is the first Tuesday.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Sort of give you a little, cap of what we're doing early. Because of football, we have restrictions on how many games we can play and how many tournaments we can participate in. So, a lot of people ask why we don't get in this tournament or that tournament. But what we try to do at Greene County Tech, both boys and girls programs, are get in tournaments or get in classics that guarantee us so many games. So, if we get beat the first game, we have a chance to bounce back and play at least one, maybe two more. But we are playing in the A.L. Hudson Classic up at Highland on November the 12th, is on a Monday. And then we come back and play on a Wednesday. And then we play Jonesboro High School, who is in my opinion, the best team in the state.
Really?
On that Thursday for a benefit game. It's a benefit game this year.
So you're going to play a benefit game after you've already started regular season play.
Yes.
You're going to jump back and play a benefit game and then go back to regular season ball again.
And then Friday we are leaving at noon to drive to Pontotoc, Mississippi, and we are playing in a classic down there. We're playing Houston, Mississippi on a Friday night, which according to the coaches down there, they have won 6-9. It's a Division I player. And then we're playing Pontotoc, Mississippi on that Saturday night. So we're playing five games in our first six days.
That's a really challenging opening of the schedule right there.
Yeah, it is. But, well, we feel like that non-conference, does a couple things for us. First of all, if you play a good schedule and you're playing non-conference, it really will expose your weaknesses, and it allows you early to see what you need to get better at. And I'm a big firm believer, me and Coach Robertson both are, that you have to be mentally tough in order to maybe go above and beyond sometimes what people expect you to do. And you put that many games in the first week, it's definitely going to we're going to find out how tough we are mentally and physically, for sure.
So how many seniors did you lose from last year's team?
We lost 3 seniors. We lost Seth Deering, Andrew Ferguson, and Nick Cawthorn, and they were 3 really good players for us. And we just we got to replace those guys, and we're fixing to lace them up and see what happens.
And all 3 of those guys were starters at one point or another during the course of the year.
Well, they were. We tell our guys all the time, it's not about who starts, it's who finishes. And but they were at the end. They were in the game at the end. And we got a very young team. But I think the thing that I really like about our team is we have 2 seniors that have been starting since they were sophomores at the guard position.
Who are those 2 seniors?
And it is Heath Matheny and Andrew Hovis. And I can say this for both of them. They've had an outstanding fall.
Now, doesn't one of those guys, at least one of those guys, play football?
No, it's his twin brother, Hunter.
Oh, Hunter Matheny. Okay.
Yeah. Hunter Matheny has, and he, like I said, they've come in and they've done a really good job of working hard, being leaders, examples for our younger players. And we stress those things because we think they're important. I think as a coach, there's only so many things you can do, and I think if you want to go above and beyond, you got to have some guys that are willing to step up there and say, hey, we're going to be different, and let's go follow me, and let's get in and go ahead and see where we get.
Are those the only 2 seniors on the team? Those 2 guys?
No, actually we have 2 more. We have Nathan Ferguson,
right,
who I think could be a very pleasant surprise for us, and maybe a thorn in someone's side in our conference. And then we have Hunter Matheny, who is
still on the football field,
who's doing an outstanding job on the football field. But he will do we feel like that he'll do an outstanding job for us, and we're expecting a lot of good things from him.
And who else is on the football team that you haven't got on the gym floor yet?
We have Dylan Hartwig, who we're expecting some things from him to come in and give us some minutes. And we have 2 sophomores that we feel like in time will be able to contribute, London Word and Tyler Calver.
And they are contributing to the football team, both of those guys.
Well, they're just the thing that we like about them is they're athletic, they're tough, they're quick, and they're going to go out there and they're going to do everything they can do every day and every night to get better, and that's all we ask out of them.
Now, we're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the games. We talked a little bit about this already, your schedule, because it's not a walk in the park for you guys this year.
We never have one.
So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and when we come back, more with Scott Bolin, Greene County Tech on your PrimetimeSports.com.
You get big-time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Make the switch now to no-fee banking.
First National Bank provides me with totally free checking, and as a business owner, that helps keep my customers satisfied.
At First National, there are no fees and no hassles. Express yourself by choosing a debit card that fits your personality.
I switched my bank to First National because of no monthly debit card fees. Are you ready to switch?
First National Bank, the working bank for working people. Member FDIC.
Let us show you how easy switching can be.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
Welcome back to YourPrimetimeSports.com, and as always, we are live from Batten's Donuts and Bakery here in the Paragould Plaza, and look at all the people here this morning, Scott.
Hey, it's a nice crowd.
And nobody's waving. I told them to wave when the thing, and nobody's waving.
Yeah, they're too busy eating, Grim.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to.
Oh, there's your lovely wife on camera right now.
Yeah, my lovely wife.
She waved. There you go.
Yeah.
So, there we go. We got the thing back over here. This is, really?
I waved.
Really?
Okay.
All right. I'm Dave Grimm, and that's Coach Scott Bolin from Greene County Tech, the head boys basketball coach. Basketball season is very much upon us in the smaller schools and almost upon you guys in the bigger schools. You're 3 weeks out.
Well, we are.
Tough schedule for you guys.
Always.
You already talked about those first 5-6 games. You're traveling all over the place in different you're going all the way up to Highland. You're going down to Mississippi. You got Jonesboro in the middle there that won't count on the schedule, or it won't count in your record, but it's still a good tune-up for you guys.
Well, we didn't want to give anyone the impression that just because they were really good that we wasn't going to put them on our schedule. So,
do you play them on the regular?
We play them every
schedule?
year.
I mean, later on this year.
No,
it's not a benefit game. Will you?
No, we play them just one time every year, and the only other time that we possibly can meet them would be when we are in the Barry Pruitt Classic there in the 1st of December.
So you could end up matched up against them in that.
We could. You know, we feel like at Tech that the reason our program is at the level that we're at is because of the people that we play. You know, I know a lot of times people will have a great record and they'll get to the first or second round of the playoffs and they'll get beat and they'll call it an upset. And you know, why is it an upset? Because they won 32 games but they played nobody. You know, so I'd rather go into the tournament at 15-12 like we did last year than you know, 25-5 and know that it's a false pretense on how good we are.
And those 12 losses that you had, a lot of those were very close, 5 points or under in the deficit of the margin of victory for the opposing team. Those were very close games for you guys last night.
Well, we were 4-10 after January the 6th of last year, and you know, we were sort of rope-a-dope on the ropes, as they say. And
but that's because of that tough non-conference
schedule.
Well, it
was. We played a tough schedule, and you know, we had a couple things happen, and it really turned our season around. And I think we reeled off 6 in a row and won, I don't know what, 11 out of our 12 out of our last 15, something like that. So, you know, our non-conference includes the tournament in Jonesboro. We're playing Poplar Bluff High School on the road.
Yeah, that ought to be a tough one. The Mules.
We've got Mountain Home here. Then we're going to the tournament in Mississippi. And then we are playing in the tournament up in Mountain Home after Christmas. So it's going to really.
So y'all are in the Ultimate Ford Classic,
yes,
or whatever. I think they've got a new sponsor this year, so it's something different.
Actually,
now.
It's called the Bail
Bonds. Yeah.
I hope they don't give out
so
like
free vouchers for in case you get arrested while you're in Mountain Home.
Or maybe free handcuffs on the way in. You know.
Well, and the Paragould girls are in that tournament as well, and Clifton and I have already been talking about coming up and doing that tournament because let's see, you guys are in it from the 5A East on the boys' side. Are there any other 5A East teams in that thing?
I don't think so.
And then Paragould's in it on the girls' side, and I think they may also be the only 5A East girls team in that thing. But, hey, that's an excellent tournament every year. And the reason you guys are going to that is because you don't have the Greene County Tech Christmas Classic this year. What happened to that?
Well, we ran into a conflict with academics. The week of that our school ends for semester tests. You can't have games during that week.
Right.
And the couple of teams that we had invited back were running into the same problems. They couldn't get off, and so we have.
Is it just because of the way the calendar fell?
Yes, the way the calendar fell.
So this is just a temporary thing. Next year we're looking for this to be back.
Yes, we are definitely planning on having it again next year. But we, like I said, we're really excited about our team. These guys have worked extremely hard. We got a little size. Feel like we're more athletic. This year, don't know how many times it happened, but we could put a 6'5" and a 6'4" out there at the same time. And the thing that me and Coach Robertson love about it is one of them's a sophomore and one of them's a junior. And then we got another kid who's 6'4" we think that will play for us next year. So, we got some kids that are not proven, but they are doing extremely well in practice. And we're going to have to bring 2 or 3 sophomores off the bench this year. But I really think in time, if things work out, I think this sophomore class could be special by the time they graduate.
Who's going to see a lot of playing time that we have not mentioned yet this morning?
Well, I think really that's sort of up in the air, and we told our kids that. I mean, naturally, Heath and Hunter and Andrew Hovis and Tanner Perkins, those four guys they are staple players, and I think some guys that the fans need to keep an eye on is Hayden Carter, who has come in here this fall and done a tremendous job. He's a sophomore. Gunnar Faulkner, another sophomore. Landon Long, another sophomore. And then you got the big guy inside, Andrew Terry, who, to me, the only thing that he's going to keep him from being as good as he wants to be is himself. He has all the tools that it takes. A great kid, good student. Needs to see some success, and hopefully we can put him in those situations to where he will gain some confidence, because, he's going to be 6'7", 6'8", and if we probably started today, he would be definitely someone we'd think about starting. Tony Valadez has really had a good fall, especially here in the last couple of weeks. They're beginning to see that, they're competing for time and practice. And so, there's a lot of new faces, Grim, that these people hadn't seen. And they have a chance to be very exciting.
Now, the conference race, the 5A East conference race, always tough. Forrest City seems to be at the top of the leaderboard every year, along with Blytheville and Beebe. And you guys, it seems to be those four, with Nettleton poking in there every once in a while. And Batesville, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. How do you see this year's conference race? Do you see anybody different rising to the top this year?
I really don't. I think that Paragould has an opportunity to make some noise. They got some pretty good athletes, and they've got some senior guards that are coming back. I think they got a chance, but you've definitely got to look at Wynne. They got a new coach.
Their coach has gone to Nettleton and is an assistant principal at Nettleton.
Right.
Now, his name's Jeremy Mangrum, and he's from right here in Paragould originally. And so they have had to they put in a new head coach at Wynne and implement their new system, and so they're in transition right now.
Well, they may be in transition, but those athletes are still there, and I'll see them in Forrest City, BB, us, and
Blytheville,
Nettleton, and Blytheville's always going to be in the middle of things just because they have a lot of tradition. I think it's, you know, I don't know what Batesville has, but I really think that this year there's 7 teams that have a legitimate chance to make the playoffs. Our league is not as good as it was from 05 to maybe even 11, because there was a time that we had, I think it was 5 or 6 years in a row that we had a team in the East in the finals of the state tournament. But I think it's better than it has been the last couple of years. And I think it's going to start getting better again. It's like anything else. It runs in cycles, and our league is beginning to go up again as far as with talent.
Well, I will go over we've got you guys several times on our broadcast schedule. We're actually going to have the girls, the Greene County Tech girls, before we ever get to you guys, because they're going to go up to Rector and play a game in November. But then we won't see you guys until conference play starts in January. And there are several key games for you guys that we're going to have right here on yourprimetimesports.com. One of those, January 8th at Forrest City. Always a tough game down at Forrest City.
Hard place to play.
It's a hard place to play. We've also got you guys on the road at Beebe.
Tough place to play again.
Let's see what else we got. I think we've got you on the road at Blytheville. Yeah, all the toughies there, and I think we've got a home game for you guys. You're gonna be hosting Batesville in February. We're gonna have that game, and then our final game of yours will be the final game of the regular season when you travel to the Wynne Yellowjackets.
It could. We're hoping that game has a lot of implications.
It may end up being, yeah, because they're gonna be tough, and you guys are gonna be tough. It may be for a playoff spot.
We hope that it's not for a playoff spot. We hope it's
you
just
hope
for,
you got it.
we
Yeah,
just, we just hope,
seeding.
we just hope it's jockeying for a seeding or maybe playing for the championship.
Now, I want to ask you this while I've got you here, because I was putting this broadcast schedule together, and one schedule said that the last game of the season was on a Thursday.
And it is.
And another one said it was on a Friday.
No, it's on a Thursday.
It's on a Thursday.
Yes.
Well, then I should probably change that, shouldn't I?
Yes, that would probably be good.
Because we've got it on Friday.
Well, what it allows us to do, it allows all the teams that made the playoffs to travel, get up on that Friday morning and travel, and, you know, pick up a lot of films from different places that the teams that we were fixing to play. So it in our administration is kind enough to let us do that. So it's a
and
really
I think that's a bunch of the different 5A East. A bunch of teams in 5A across the state will play that last game on a Thursday night rather than a Friday night, so that for the same reason.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
definitely.
We let's see here. Oh wow, we timed that out just right. This is Scott Bolin, Greene County Tech head boys basketball coach. We're gonna have you on a bunch this season. It's gonna be a long 5-month basketball season. Well, 5 months for us, because starting Tuesday we're gonna start doing the smaller schools. You guys, it's about 4 months-ish, I guess.
It's year round.
December, January. Yeah, it's 4 months for the bigger schools, 5 months for the little schools.
Yeah, but you know, that's a lot. That's a long 4 months.
Oh, well, we're going to have you on, we hope, you know, at least once a month during
Yeah,
that, but maybe more than that.
Sounds great.
Okay, this
Sounds
is
great.
Scott Bolin. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more basketball. Coach Steve Richey, Marmaduke head boys basketball coach of the Greyhounds, when we return on yourprimetimesports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a big Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than a standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinal, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue. Just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at CavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or Max Savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit FocusBank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Hello, I'm Clifton Garmrath, and I have some very exciting news for you. This year, YourPrimetimeSports.com will be bringing you live video coverage of 5A youth football. Check out our scheduled broadcast on YourPrimetimeSports.com. Become a fan of our Facebook page and catch all the live action right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Scott.
All right, welcome back to YourPrimetimeSports.com. I'm Dave Grimm. Segment 2, guest 2 from the Marmaduke Greyhounds, the head coach of the Marmaduke boys team. This is Steve Richey, and we were just talking in the break. Steve may be the only coach who has been in the same job continuously for the entire 11 basketball seasons that I have lived in Northeast Arkansas. Longevity. You got. You're the old ball coach up here now in high school basketball in Northeast Arkansas. I don't know of anybody that's been around longer at the same job.
Well, you know, I've been there. I'm starting my 15th year at Marmaduke, so you know, I don't know, a lot of patient folks up there, I guess.
And you're from Marmaduke originally. You're a Greyhound alum and player.
I grew up there, played on some pretty good basketball teams there, and was fortunate enough that they allowed me to come back and coach there.
Now, they had to think real hard about that, didn't they?
They did.
No, they did.
They did.
Yeah. And if they'd have had a football team at the time, you'd have probably been good at that too.
Well,
they still don't have a football team to this day, but that's another thing entirely.
I probably would have given it a try.
Yeah.
But probably better off that didn't happen, I guess.
You guys are already playing. You've played 2-3 games already. Started with the benefit game that y'all had last week on I guess it was a Friday night that you played at the CRA benefit.
It was last Thursday.
Last Thursday night.
Yes.
And then your first official game was what?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Who'd you play?
We played Armorell at our place.
Okay, and I think y'all won that one, didn't
We
you?
did.
And
we
then you
did.
turn around. Did you play them again at BIC, or was somebody different that you played?
No,
over there?
we played Crowley's Ridge Academy last night at our place, and then we go to Monette tonight to play Hughes.
So you haven't been over to the Joe V. Jones yet. You're going to go there tonight.
No, that's right. That's correct. We play there tonight. Yes.
Blue Devils of Hughes, who are pretty salty this year.
Don't know a lot about them. I think we played them over there last year, and I think they've got a lot of guys back from that team. Got a little scouting report on them this morning, and from what I understand, very quick, very athletic. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us.
Now, you guys played at CRA last night, and I told people a couple weeks ago, if you can't make the Greene County Tech football game all the way down in Beebe, and if you're not going to be able to watch it, go see a good basketball game at CRA. And how'd that turn out for you last night?
Oh, it turned out very well. We got off to a slow start. CRA jumped out on us, I think 7-0, but we were able to be up 11 or 12 at halftime.
So you spotted them a touchdown.
We spotted them a touchdown.
Yeah.
We sure did. We didn't come out real sharp last night, but played better late.
Now the schedule. I mean, you're full force into it. You've got games coming up this coming week. In fact, we've got a bunch of your games on our schedule. Well, we'll look at that in a minute. You guys have got Hughes tonight, but then next week you're full in motion in the basketball season now. 2-3 games next week?
Yes. Well, next week, every year, we host a junior high tournament, an early season junior high tournament. We've got 6 teams coming in next week for a junior high tournament at our place. And so our senior high team actually doesn't play till next Friday night when we go to Bay.
Give them a little bit of a rest.
Yes.
Okay, so the Bay game, they've dropped down. They're not in your conference.
Right.
They've actually been in single A for a few years now. They used to be a conference game for you once upon a time, but that doesn't take anything away from those guys. They are state champions, not last year but year before in single A, and they were right there in the mix of it for last year too. That's a pretty tough team.
Oh, they've been in the Final Four the last 3 years in a row.
Right.
They've won it once, finished runner-up once, and was Final Four last year. They're a Class A school. They dropped down, but they definitely have talent above their classification. And we've been fortunate enough to compete with them the last few years. I think they beat us 3 at our place last year. They're extremely well coached. Have an ex-player of mine that's an assistant coach down there, and Josh Bateman, and they just do a tremendous job. Have good athletes, and it has become, even though they're not in our conference, we try to play them twice a year. It's a great gate. They draw a lot of people. We draw a lot of people, and it's kind of it's become a rivalry over the years. Marmaduke and Bay's been playing since no telling when, and it's somewhat of a rivalry.
Now, who are some of your other tough non-conference games that you've got scheduled before you guys start that meat grinder that is the 3AA North?
Yes. Well, we're going to play Armorell and CRA again. Like I said, we've got Hughes tonight. We'll play Piggott. We'll play Maynard. And then one other non-conference game that we'll have before Christmas is we'll have Paragould coming in.
Oh, wow.
So we, it's getting tougher and tougher for us to get early season games because of consolidation, and a lot of schools have started football, that kind of thing. So we're kind of limited in who we can play. So we try to load up on the same teams and play them a couple of times and get into the Classic over at Monette. And just like I said, it's getting tougher to find games, but we're fortunate that we're going to have 6 ball games before we jump into our conference play.
Any talk of football at Marmaduke these days at all?
I don't think so. We're still feel like we're just a little small for that, and it's financial situation, and that kind of thing. It takes an incredible amount of money to get into a football program, so not much talk about it right now.
You guys have also, let's see, you're back in AA now. You were in AAA last year?
It's been 4 years ago.
Okay, all right.
We were
see, it's hard for me to keep up. Everybody jumps up and down all the time. It fluctuates so wildly. But at one time, you guys, along with EPC and maybe another one, were in 3A.
Yes.
And so now for the last cycle or so, you have been back down in 2A.
Right.
And it's a really competitive league.
Oh, I tell you what, our league is incredible. It's East Poinsett County is going to put probably 2 future Division I basketball players on the floor. this year, and they've graduated 2 Division I athletes in the last 3 or 4 years, and you know, they just have incredible talent and athletes over there, and now Mark Tree, you know, there you've got Mark Tree, who's got a coach who's won a state championship, and you know, they've always got great athletes, and now we've picked up Augusta. They've put Augusta in our league.
Which is a really long drive, by the way, all the way down to Woodruff County.
We've got to go to Augusta and to McCrory. We've got to make both of those trips this year, which is a long drive for us.
And it kind of doesn't make sense because they took Walnut Ridge out of your conference, which is right down the street, and stuck you having to go all the way down to almost Interstate 40 to play those 2 schools.
Well, you know, I say a lot of times the AAA works in mysterious ways, and we will, depending on the route we take, there's a possibility that we may drive through towns with AA schools, drive through 2 towns that have AA schools
that aren't in your
to
conference.
Get to Augusta and McCrory.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so because Tuckerman's dropped down, and so we may possibly drive through Walnut Ridge and Tuckerman to get to Augusta and McCrory.
And does the AAA realize that? Did they look at a map when they put this together?
I don't know. They don't call me a lot when they're making those kind of decisions. But you know, I don't understand it. I have I have some of my own opinions as to why they do that. But
well, some coaches, I don't know if you're one of these, but some coaches, and we've had, well, Bill Taylor, now retired, but whenever he talks about the AAA, he doesn't hold anything back. Some coaches will go all out, and some coaches just better leave it alone. Yeah. Which camp are you in?
Well, you know, I'm not one to antagonize.
Yeah, well,
because you know, never know when I may need a favor from those guys.
Exactly.
But they do things occasionally that are a little hard to understand.
Well, they definitely have you guys on some serious road trips this year, and a lot of times the AAA doesn't make much sense in some of the things that they do to me, but I don't work there, so I'm not going to say anything. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about who we've lost on the Marmaduke team, who we've got coming up to take those players' places, and we're going to talk about the games that we have on our schedule, the Marmaduke games that we're going to be broadcasting on yourprimetimesports.com this year. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of Steve Richey on Double G Sports Talk Saturday from Batten's Donuts, yourprimetimesports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bit Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinals, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue. Just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at CavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit focusbank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Hello, I'm Clifton Garmrath, and I have some very exciting news for you. This year, YourPrimetimeSports.com will be bringing you live video coverage of 5A youth football. Check out our scheduled broadcast on YourPrimetimeSports.com. Become a fan of our Facebook page and catch all the live action right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Welcome back to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Double G Sports Talk Saturday, live from Batten's Donuts and Bakery, as we are every Saturday morning, beginning at 8:30. I am Dave Grimm. Clifton has gone to Forrest City. He's taken photographs of the basketball team down there for our YourPrimetimeSports.com basketball magazine. Of course, we've already had the football magazine. I want to throw this up real quick. Da-da-da-da. That's our football magazine. Of course, you've seen this plenty of times. It's been out for a while. Working on the basketball issue right now. Isn't that pretty?
That is very nice.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. I don't know if your mic's on or not. Put that thing right there. Talk.
All right.
I got nothing. I don't know where your mic went. I think you might have come unplugged. Quick 30-second break and we'll figure it out.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. And there's a
Got it?
you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Bed does it all for you.
Sorry about that, folks. We got you squared away. His microphone is back on. We were talking about, we only talked about one team in the 3AA North, and there are a bunch of really meaty teams in the 3AA North, not counting you guys. You guys are going to be a great team, but there's so many great teams in this conference. Who knows what's going to happen?
Oh, I think we've got a really nice team. I like our team. They've worked hard. Attitude's great. And I think we've got a chance to be as good or better than we were last year. But in our conference, and this is not just coaches talk, I mean this sincerely, we could finish anywhere in the top 7.
Wow. You could be number 1 or number 7.
Exactly.
And there's not much difference between the two, and you guys, wow.
You got to look at EPC as the favorite, and then after that, it's just, it's wide open. It's wide open.
Wow. So let's go over the teams in that conference. We got EPC, you guys. We talked about Augusta and McCrory. Got Riverside.
Riverside's been to the state tournament 2 years in a row, and they've got at least 2 starters back off of, that have started both of those years. Really good players, a really good guard, a big post player inside that's just, really a great player. Then you look at Rector. Rector's a Final Four team from last year, and they've got almost everybody back. BIC, I saw them play the other night. They're much improved. So it's just, it's wide open.
Okay, and you guys also, in addition to that tough conference schedule and some of the non-conference games that you have talked about, you're also in a couple of different non-conference in tournaments throughout the course of the year, and they're traditional tournaments that you're in pretty much every year. The NEA during the holidays, and then right after the holidays, or actually right before the holidays, it's the Thanksgiving-ish holiday where you're in the Williams Baptist tournament. And there's always some great games in those two tournaments.
The Williams Baptist, it starts the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and that tournament's been going on for 45 years or so, I guess. And we've been fortunate to win it, and play in the finals a few times. But Riverside's also in that. Pocahontas is in it. Southside out of Batesville's in it. Viola. Then you have Hoxie and Walnut Ridge, and it's just it's a really, really good tournament.
And that Williams Baptist played on the campus, in the gym, Williams Baptist College. Not in the Kell Classic this year, you guys. No. Not going to be in that one. But the NEA tournament, of course, you're in that every year. Been in that every year forever. Have you guys has Marmaduke ever won that thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've won it since I've been at Marmaduke. We won it in 2002. And then we also won it in 2007, I believe.
Okay, and you got to go through a lot of teams to win that NEA.
We've been in the finals. We've been fortunate to be in the finals one or two other times. We've done very well in the NEA tournament. It's always been a traditional tournament. Now, I say this up until a few years ago.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When I first came up here in the 2002-2003 season, that thing was huge. Yeah. They had to have 3 different divisions for the number of schools that were in that thing. They were constantly playing basketball from like 9 o'clock in the morning till almost midnight every night of the thing. Now, it's only about half the teams that used to be in it. It's diminished some over the last 11 seasons.
Well, a lot of the larger schools, they've, because they get their season started later than we do, they like to go to these tournaments that guarantee them 3 games during the Christmas holidays. Whereas for us, we've been playing, since October, and we get into the NEA tournament, and I've always kind of felt like that if we had a pretty decent team, we were probably going to play 2 or 3 ball games anyway. And so we've always stayed in it. Marmaduke, I believe, up until a few years ago, and I think this still holds true, I think Marmaduke has the most all-time wins in the NEA tournament.
Really?
And yes, and so you can see there that we've had a lot of success.
A big history with that tournament.
Our people love that tournament, and it's a great opportunity during Christmas to go Christmas shop, go out to eat, and then go out. And like you say, some of the larger schools have gotten out of it, but the smaller division is still greatly like it's always been, and just some great basketball.
Yeah, and that's at the Convocation Center every year, campus of Arkansas State University. Everybody knows about the NEA tournament. That thing is recognized and known about statewide, region-wide, throughout the Mid-South. People talk about the NEA tournament. Now, whose turn is it to host the district tournament this year?
We have the district tournament at our place.
3AA North district tournament at Marmaduke. And, of course, I've covered tournaments there in the past. Always a fun place to play a tournament at the oh gosh, the name of that gym has just gone out of my head.
Chester A.
The Chester A. Varner Gymnasium. That's a great gym. And you guys are you going to bid for the regional at all? Or?
Yes, we'll put in for the regional. We always put in for the regional, and we think this year we've got a chance to get it.
Is it this conference's turn to have the regional? Was it over? It's the 3AA North, and then what's the other conference that's part of this region?
Well, actually, we are the 3AA, and they are the 2AA. There's no.
They've dropped the name North.
Yeah, there's no North and South anymore since they combined our conferences.
3AA and 2AA make up the North region in AA. And I believe last year the regional was held at one of the 2AA schools.
Yes,
it's our turn this year.
Well, actually, the regional last year was at Buffalo Island Central. They had the regional, but Newark hosted the state tournament.
I see.
So we feel like we may still have a chance to drag that over our way.
Newark, that's Cedar Ridge Timberwolves.
Yes.
Yeah, Newark and some other school whose name, Concord maybe? I don't know. They've consolidated so many schools, it's hard to keep up with them anymore.
Oil Trough, I believe.
Oil Trough, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Coach, zombies have entered the building. We're going to talk about that momentarily. Look over there. That's kind of scary.
Yes.
I want to talk briefly before we move on, before we get our next guest. I want to tell you, so you'll know and they'll know, what Marmaduke games we are going to have on your PrimetimeSports.com this year. We're going to be broadcasting. In fact, we're going over there pretty fairly quickly. We've got your game at Armorel the last week of this month. That's on a Tuesday night. And unfortunately, we have not been able to put any of the Marmaduke girls' games on our schedule. And here's why. You guys play on Tuesdays and Fridays, and the girls play primarily on Mondays and Thursdays.
Right.
And we're only available to broadcast games on Tuesdays and Fridays. So your girls' team, unfortunately, because of scheduling, gets left out. Hopefully, we'll figure out a way to get a girls' game on. But all the Marmaduke games that we have on the schedule are you guys, the boys.
Okay.
So we're going to have your Armorel game on Tuesday, October 3rd, right here on your PrimetimeSports.com. Our next Marmaduke game after that will be when McCrory travels to Marmaduke. We'll have a home game for you there in November, the second week of November. That'll be a conference game for you guys. Right. Marmaduke, I'm still looking down through the schedule right here live on TV. At Rector. Big rivalry game for you guys right up the street from each other. It's also a conference game for you. That will probably be the biggest game of yours that we have on your PrimetimeSports.com. And then our final Marmaduke game of the season, we got 4 of them. Final Marmaduke game will be at Riverside just before Christmas.
Well, you picked 2 easy ones for us there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah,
Rector,
those last 2. Well, the McCrory game may end up being
incredibly tough place to play.
Because you've
Rector,
never played McCrory before. You may not, you don't know what to see there. So,
and like I said a while ago, Rector's got a lot of players back from a Final Four team, and they're extremely well coached, and man, they do a lot of great things. And it's just, that rivalry is huge, and the gym will be full, and it'll be a lot of fun. And then Riverside is always a war.
Oh, yeah.
We always have a war with Riverside.
You guys have a war with them. BIC has a war with them. Riverside has a war with just about anybody they play.
Yes, they do.
So we've got 4 games for you guys this year. 1 of them at home for you, 3 of them on the road. So if you are a Marmaduke fan and you cannot make the road trip with them, but you still want to see the game, those 3 road games will be right here on your PrimetimeSports.com.
Well, I tell you, I'll put in a plug for our girls team. If you get
we really would like to try and get them on.
If you get a chance to get out and see them play, I tell you what, we've got a really, really good girls team. Coach Smith does a great job with those girls, and they've been to the state tournament last couple of years, and they think they've got a chance to make a run.
We had him on the show last Saturday. We went over a bunch of stuff, and boy, we'd love to get them on at some point or another. The girls team from Marmaduke, the Lady Greyhounds, it'd be great if we could figure out a way to broadcast a game or 2 of them.
I think we have a 4-game night, and this may help you out. The schedule there.
I don't know if
when
I've got
we play
something.
Augusta at our place right
before
the date? Christmas. I believe it's
right before
the
Christmas.
18th of December, I believe.
Okay.
And,
maybe we'll change this game. Right now, I've got a double game, boys and girls matchup, Crowley's Ridge and Maynard that night.
Okay.
Who knows? I may look at this. I may re-examine this. I would love to figure out a way to get the Lady Greyhounds on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have you. Listen, it's a 5-month season. Don't be surprised when I call you to come back and be on the show again.
Sounds good. Love to do it.
We're going to take
Thanks, David.
We appreciate it. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we are going to see zombies on your PrimetimeSports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big-time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. and instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinals, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue, just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at CavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit focusbank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Hello, I'm Clifton Garmrath, and I have some very exciting news for you. This year, YourPrimetimeSports.com will be bringing you live video coverage of 5A youth football. Check out our scheduled broadcast on YourPrimetimeSports.com. Become a fan of our Facebook page and catch all the live action right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Oh my gosh, somebody call the authorities. We've got zombies at Batten's Donuts and Bakery. Look at that. They are, I've never seen a smiling zombie before. I don't think that's the look you're going for. You're supposed to look menacing and I don't know. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Those are zombies over there, folks, and there's a reason why. We're just over a week away from Halloween, and we are exactly a week away from the first ever Zombie 5K that will be held right here in Paragould. It's a 5K race benefiting Mission Outreach of Northeast Arkansas that's also right here in Paragould. It's going to start over at Greene County Tech. It's being put on by the FFA of Greene County Tech. And the organizer of that race is here with me today. She is the FFA sponsor. She's also, I think, the dance team sponsor at Greene County Tech. This is Amie Cole, first time ever on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And we got lots to talk about with you. Let's talk first about this zombie thing. You guys have come up with a unique idea for a 5K race and a fundraiser. And, well, we just saw a little sneak preview of it sitting over there at the table. Tell us what's going to go on next Saturday.
The purpose is to raise funds and food for Mission Outreach Pantry. So people who want to participate will come out to Greene County Tech High School, the new one, out on Highway 49. We'll start in the parking lot. and then run through Carriage Hills. And you just never know what may pop out and chase you on your way to the finish line.
Okay, now the serious 5K runners are going to experience things. They normally get out there and they run their race. They're timing themselves. They're doing their thing. They're going to experience things in this race that they've never experienced before. So it may affect their time and or performance. The zombies aren't running. The zombies are chasing the runners and popping out on the runners. Is that true?
That's right. Jeremy Biggs at Mission Outreach has done some research, and he's found this zombie 5K in other parts of the country and thought it'd be great for us to use that type of race here, something different. We have a lot of 5Ks and 6Ks in the area, but this is the first one that's ever involved any type of obstacle course. And so, yes, as they're running, they'll never know when a zombie might pop out and decide to follow along or try to keep them from finishing the race.
Prevent them from finishing the race.
Yes.
Wow. Now, 5K is 3.1 actual miles. So imagine if you're out doing a 3-mile run and some kid dressed as a zombie decides to chase you during part of this run. That's exactly what we're looking at here.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so, and this benefits Mission Outreach
Yes.
of Northeast Arkansas.
Yes.
The proceeds of this are going to them. They're trying to build a new facility. Is that correct?
They are. They're trying to build a new facility for women and children. And it's a fantastic plan, and so we're trying to support them in any way. Our mission mainly is to fight childhood hunger in Greene County. And so we have worked with Mission Outreach and the other food pantries in Greene County to eliminate childhood hunger completely. And there's several things going on, and this is just one piece of the plan that we have for the next 6 months to do some activities to raise awareness and help our food pantries.
I see you guys post on Twitter all the time about
Yes.
the different exercises and activities that the FFA does throughout the course of a school year for that effort,
Yes.
collecting food and or money for food for Mission Outreach and or other food pantries.
Right. 28% of our kids in the county are considered food insecure. They don't know when they get home at night if they're going to have a meal. Most of them depend primarily on what they get at school. And right now, even our school food pantries are empty. So there are lots of things even going on this week. There's a food drive at Walmart today. There's a food drive at Benson Law Firm on Thursday. And then we're asking everyone to bring food items to the citywide tailgate party next Friday night, and we'll be collecting. And all of that will be divided between the two schools, Paragould and Greene County Tech.
Now, the citywide that's for the Paragould and Tech game,
Yes.
which is actually a week from this coming. It's the last game of the season, 2 games away from
Right.
now. So there's zombies that are going to be all throughout the course of this race through Carriage Hills, 3.1 miles of zombies. A couple of those zombies are here today. Okay, now I've already lost your names. Josh Thacker, Justin Thacker. Let's turn your mics on. How about that? There we go. Justin Thacker.
Yes.
And tell me your name again.
Taylor Cannamore.
Put it right up to your mouth so everybody will be able to hear you.
Taylor Cannamore.
Taylor Cannibal. No, Cannamore. They are some, you look creepy and everything, but you're grinning from ear to ear. Zombies don't smile. She has been shot in the forehead. My goodness, did you catch the guy who did it or girl who shot you? He did it. Okay. My goodness. How'd you guys get roped into this?
Well, Miss Cole just told us that she wanted us to be zombies, and we signed up. And my mom did our makeup. So.
Both of y'all's makeup was done by your mother. Is she here today?
No.
Okay. Now, you guys are juniors at Greene County Tech. You're also FFA members, so you're right in the thick of things anyway as far as the food drives go and things like that. Now, both of you are going to be in the race, attacking people, chasing people, doing whatever it is you do. Have you got in mind, Justin, what you're going to be doing yet as your role in the race, where you're going to be stationed, what you're going to do?
Well, I'm going to try to hide in a horse trailer, so watch out for a horse trailer.
Watch out for a horse trailer. Justin might jump out and get you. And now you're going to look more menacing on the day of the race, right? Okay. You get brains. Do you holler that? Brains. I want to eat your brains. When the zombie movies first came out years ago, before you were born, that was the mantra of zombies. They want to eat people's brains. She knows this. She's old, like me. I'm kidding with you. So they don't do that anymore. You see these new zombie shows that come out, and they never say brains anymore. It kind of, takes away from the zombie experience when they're not hollering for people's brains. Have you ever seen one of these that we're talking about?
Yep.
Okay, good. So are you guys going to be out there trying to grab people brains and holler brains and stuff like that? Okay, cool. All right.
Mostly going to try to get his sister.
His
Take all
sister?
the flags.
Okay. So now, how many zombies do we have total that are going to be involved in this? Near and about.
I don't know. I know that there's.
Probably around.
I don't know if more are going to sign up or not.
Probably around 20.
20 zombies-ish scattered throughout the 3.1 miles, the 5K race, that are going to be bothering the runners as they try to run this race. That's going to be something to see, folks. We may end up, of course, we'll be on. What time is the race going to be? 9:30. Let's talk some more to Amie. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. What the race is going to be at what time next Saturday?
9 o'clock.
9 a.m.
Yes.
So pre-registration will probably start about 8 o'clock. Is that right?
Yes, and there's a lot going on at Greene County Tech that day, the ACT that day, some other things. And so the parking area that we asked everyone to show up is actually going to be the south end of the parking lot toward the agriculture building. That way they'll know exactly where we are. We'll have a tent set up for everybody to sign up. And with your registration, you get a T-shirt. It's $15 plus 5 non-perishable food items.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fantastic. So $15, 5 canned goods or boxed goods, non-perishable food things.
Right.
And you get a T-shirt, and you get to run in the Zombie 5K. Now, there's going to be some serious runners that run 5Ks all over the place that are trying to, perform for time and stuff like this. Do those folks know that this is a different kind of deal and that their time might be affected by zombies that they see along the way?
Well, the advertisement we've put out has said Zombie 5K run. I don't really know if they know what to expect. Hopefully they'll be surprised. And it's all for a good cause.
Okay, so that's coming up Saturday. Now, we'll be on the air with this show while you're doing the 5K. So if you guys have anybody shooting video at this thing and you want to get some video up of that on our next show, the following week we might be able to run some footage of the 5K. If you want to get that to us in an AVI file format, we can run it right here on your Primetime Sports. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Greene County Tech dance team, because that's what you do also.
Yes, I'm also the dance coach.
Yeah, so we got lots more to talk about with Amie Cole, and we might get the zombies back in on the action a little bit more when we come back on yourprimetimesports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available, but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. you can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinals, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue. Just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Cavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Cavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at CavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit focusbank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Hello, I'm Clifton Garmrath, and I have some very exciting news for you. This year, YourPrimetimeSports.com will be bringing you live video coverage of 5A youth football. Check out our scheduled broadcast on YourPrimetimeSports.com. Become a fan of our Facebook page and catch all the live action right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Oh my gosh, the zombies are making their way through Batten's Donuts and Bakery. She's smiling again. I knew it. The smiling zombies here at Batten's Donuts and Bakery. My gosh.
Well, they won't be smiling next week.
That's what we can look forward to 1 week from today in the zombie. What's the official name of it? Is it Zombie 5K?
Yes.
Zombie Walk?
Zombie 5K.
Zombie 5K, first ever here in Paragould. 1 week from today. Sign up at Greene County Tech, 8 o'clock. You can sign up. Is there a pre-registration? Can anybody pre-register?
They can contact me at the high school, or they can contact Jeremy Biggs at Mission Outreach. He has registration as well.
Okay, so that is Saturday, folks, and you're going to see a lot more about it throughout the course of the week. You're going to hear about it on local radio. You're going to see it on Twitter. Channel 8 going to be involved in this at all?
Not that I know of.
How can they not? Zombies chasing people on a 5K. Right. You got to call Channel 8 and get those guys over here. Yeah. We're going to see about that. Okay, let's talk about your other gig at Greene County Tech, because you guys are real busy with the football season. Yes. And that's the dance team. You're the dance team coach.
I am the dance team coach, yes.
And so have you been in any competitions yet this year? And, you guys do all the home football games and some of the road games.
Right.
You're really active right now.
Yes. This is competition season for dance team. Excuse me. We did compete at Jonesboro High School last week and won the kick and the palm competition in the 5A. We will be competing at Benton on November the 3rd. And so we're excited about that. And then we have state competition November 17th at Bryant.
Wow. Okay. And you also you have routines that you perform at halftime of the football games.
Yes. Yes.
What about basketball? Do y'all have anything to perform during basketball season?
Yes, we continue to perform during basketball season. We do some new routines. We work with a local choreographer who keeps us busy throughout the year so that the fans can see different dances throughout the year.
Let me ask you this. Do any of the girls on the dance team also play basketball?
No, none of my girls play basketball.
None of them play basketball, so there's no conflict. They wouldn't be out there playing basketball and then at halftime stop playing basketball to go out and do a dance thing in their basketball uniforms. That doesn't happen. Okay.
No.
All right, so the competition at Benton is what day?
November the 3rd at Benton.
November the 3rd.
Our junior high is also competing that day.
There's a junior high dance team?
Yes.
I didn't even realize that.
Dance team, yes. So they start them early, 8th grade, so they can get ready for high school. Junior high doesn't have a state competition, but they get to compete so that they're used to competition. It's pretty intense. If you've never been to one, girls have to change costumes. Sometimes they have to change hair, change their makeup in less than 15 minutes and get ready for new dances at competition. So it's pretty stressful, but it's exciting. A lot of adrenaline.
And there's a state competition for this as well.
Yes, state competition for cheer and dance, just like the other AAA sports. A lot of people don't know that we actually compete in state competition.
But it's separate for cheer than it is for dance.
Yes,
is that
it
correct?
Is separate, yes. The cheer competition's not until December. But we've actually placed third in the state in the past 5 years. So we're hoping this year to get first.
Actually broadcasted the cheer state competition the year it was at Greenbrier, 2-3 years back. Where do they have your state championship?
Our state this year is at Bryant.
Bryant
Middle School. Yes.
Okay, I think you just said that and I missed it. Okay, so lots of things. Man, you're busy. Do they pay you enough at Greene County Tech?
They do. I have 4 children too, so we're busy all the time. Yes.
Wow. Okay, let's see if I got this right. FFA.
Yes.
The lead sponsor of FFA.
Well, there are 4 of us.
Four FFA sponsors.
4, yes.
Okay, are y'all equally?
Yes.
Okay, I see. And then you're the cheer coach. I'm not sorry, the dance coach.
Yes.
Okay. And of course you got 4 kids of your own, and you got the 5K thing going.
That's right.
What else? Anything else you can pile on top of you at this time?
I don't think so. I don't think I could take anything else.
That's okay. All right. So your dance season is over. What, about midway through basketball season?
We will dance every home game of basketball season.
Yes. And then
we don't travel.
I've never seen a dance team show up at a baseball game.
No.
That doesn't happen. Yeah.
No baseball.
No baseball. So you're done after basketball, and then you guys really hit the food drives hard during the springtime.
Yes.
So you've got a lot of work to do this year.
Yes.
You personally.
I do, but I enjoy it. It's my passion. So, when you love what you do, it's not really work.
Well, we want to have you on again, and here's when we want to do it. We want to talk to you either just before or just after the state competition in Bryant.
Okay.
So we can find out how you guys, well, probably just after it. We'll have you on and see how you did.
Okay, sounds great.
And maybe we could, you know what I'd like to do, and I'm telling this to Brett as I'm telling it to you, we could have the dance team set up out here in the parking lot and do a little thing for us right around the time they're competing in state.
They would love that.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
We broadcast it live for you here on Double G. That's
great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in and being with us on Double G Sports Talk Saturday. Amie Cole from Greene County Tech. She's got lots of things going on. Don't forget about that Zombie 5K. You can talk to her, talk to Jeremy Biggs over at Mission Outreach to find out how to get in that. Next Saturday, it starts at 9 o'clock from Greene County Tech. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, our final guest of the day is going to be the athletic director and the head girls basketball coach at Rector High School, Matt Dean, when we return on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinals, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue. Just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Kavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Kavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at KavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit focusbank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Hello, I'm Clifton Garmrath, and I have some very exciting news for you. This year, YourPrimetimeSports.com will be bringing you live video coverage of 5A youth football. Check out our scheduled broadcast on YourPrimetimeSports.com. Become a fan of our Facebook page and catch all the live action right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Welcome back to YourPrimetimeSports.com. I'm Dave Grimm, and I am live with our next guest. Our next guest is the athletic director and the head girls basketball coach of Rector High School, the Lady Cougars. This is Matt Dean. Welcome once again. We've had you on the show before, but this is the first time that we have had you on TV.
Yes.
We've had you on radio at least a couple of times before, but first time on TV.
Yeah, it's close to Halloween, so I guess you're going to
More
get your scary guest.
More zombies. Nah. So you guys have already started basketball season.
That's right.
And how many games have the girls played so far?
We've played 2.
How'd they go?
We're 2-0.
2-0, not bad. And that's this is a very mean conference that you guys are in. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but it's we were just talking about that on the boys' side with Coach Richey from Marmaduke. That conference is stacked, both boys and girls, with teams that if they were in other conferences, they'd go to state. There's going to be teams like you guys left at home last year. You were left at home. You should have been in the state. If you were in any other conference, you would have been going to state.
I feel like we would have.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. You guys last year ran the table during the regular seaon, and then hit some bumps in the postseason, and it kept you from going to state.
Right. Yeah, we went 24-8 last year, and we all our non-conference games we won. I think we ended up 8-8 in conference, and Mark Tree beat us in the game to go to regional. We actually had the lead and let it slip away, and Mark Tree won their first game in regional by 25 and went to the state tournament, and I feel like we were a state tournament team last year.
Yeah, this conference is just overloaded with teams that should be. It's just sometimes not fair.
I guarantee you.
Sometimes it's not fair. And it's going to be that way again this year.
It sure will. BIC and Marmaduke and Mark Tree didn't lose a whole lot. Of course, BIC's got Brittany Fowler back. And then, EPC was state runner-up who finished third in our conference. I think they've got 3 starters back. Riverside is going to be good again. And then we've got Augusta coming in, who I heard last night was going to be real good. So.
And McCrory is coming in this conference as well, yeah. And we were talking about this with Coach Richey. It's kind of weird, it's kind of crazy that for those 2 games, Augusta and McCrory, you are going to drive through towns that are also in AA that are not in your conference with Walnut Ridge and Tuckerman. You got to drive right through them to get to these other schools, and you're not even playing them during the course of the year. That's crazy.
Doesn't make much sense when Walnut Ridge is 30 minutes away and McCrory and Augusta are an hour and a half.
I know, all the way down there in Woodruff County. That's crazy.
It is.
All right, so who did you lose from last year's team?
We actually lost 4 starters.
Wow.
The Harmon kid, the big post kid, and then my 2 guards, Heather Scott and Jessica Scott, and then Kelsey Wynn. But now I was real deep, and I've got a great junior class, and actually starting 5 juniors. I've got 1 senior on the squad, and she comes off the bench. I actually started last night. I had a starter gone, and that's Caitlin Essman, and she did a real good job for us. And we're going to be deep again.
Going to be deep again. So who do you have? Who are you counting on to replace some of these players that you lost?
Well, Kendall Gill started for us, or Kendall Gunn started for us last year, and had a really good year, and she's back, and she had 23 in the first game this year. Also starting Anna Blackshear, who played a little off the bench last year. She was coming off a knee injury her 9th grade year and never really got to full speed, and this year she's back, and I think she's back to where she was when she was a 9th grader before the knee injury. Bailey Haney, who was our 6th man last year, a little guard, really quick, can get to the hole. And then Kristen Smart and Rebecca Scott, who is Jessica Scott's sister. Those 2 are starting, and Kristen's a really, really good 3-point shooter and good defender. And Becca, I mean, you look up in the dictionary the word hustle, and that's Becca. I'm telling you, she is everywhere. And those are the 5 starters. And like I said, Caitlin comes off the bench, and we've got a host of juniors and sophomores coming off the bench. Everybody's played in both games that we've played this year and done a really good job. It's going to be hard for me to get everybody enough playing time this year.
Okay, now, you guys are already playing basketball. You're playing earlier than you've ever played before, and there's a reason for that. There's no football team. You're the athletic director.
Right.
Let's briefly talk about what's going on with the Rector football program.
Well, our numbers in senior high got to the point where we just couldn't field the team because of injury and that kind of stuff, and the state said that we had to give them notice for 2 years whether we were going to have a senior high football team or not. So we decided to take the 2 years and not play senior high football.
And this is the first of those 2 years.
Right.
So you're guaranteed to not have football next year now.
Right.
Wow.
Now, we'll have a JV team next year. We have I think we have a class of 12 or 13 9th graders that are a pretty good junior high football team. We're having a decent year this year, and then we've got some big classes coming behind them, and I think in 2 years our football will be back with our numbers.
So football is not dead in Rector.
Oh, no.
It can be and will be rebuilt for a senior high program.
You know, I think our 5th grade team is playing in the playoffs today against McCrory, and both of them are undefeated.
Wow.
And we've got, big numbers in that class, and I think pretty good numbers in the 6th grade class, and like I said, good 9th grade numbers. So I think football is going to come back and be better at Rector.
But the upside of that is you're already playing
That's
basketball.
right. We're not starting behind Marmaduke and BIC and those schools because we're actually getting games in, and that helps. I mean, that really helps before you start your conference season.
Now, how long have you been the AD?
Just this year.
They've made you the AD.
Yeah. Matt Mills was the AD last year, and he decided he didn't want to do it this year. He's starting his master's, and he's really, really busy, and he's moved to Jonesboro, and so with the long drive, it's hard for him to do everything that he's got to get done.
Did you get a pay bump?
A little not enough if the superintendent's looking, watching, but
he wants to buy a new car. There we go. Look here, he wants to buy a new car. So you gonna give him a little bit more?
My wife needs a new car.
He drives back and forth to work from Paragould, for gosh sakes.
Right.
You got to get there somehow. Okay.
Right.
And how is that? I mean, it's not that bad of a drive.
Oh no. It actually gives me time to wind down after the games. You know, I like it. Especially with my daughter playing for me in junior high this year, we can
now
discuss.
Now that's got to be something different for you.
Yes, it is. It's good, but then it's also bad too, because I find myself being harder on her.
You've had this long coaching career. You've been coaching for what, 15, 20 years?
This is my 21st.
Oh my gosh.
I'm old.
But the first time to coach one of your own kids.
Right.
So that's got to be a new experience in and of itself.
Yes, it is. I have to watch myself because, you know, I feel like I have to be harder on her, and really you don't, but you feel like you do, and I have to watch what I do with her.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the games they've already played, their non-conference schedule, and then we're going to talk about the conference race a little bit more, and then we're going to talk about the games that we are going to broadcast of Rector's, because they're one of our teams that we're covering before 5A East play begins. So we're going to have a lot of Rector games this year on your PrimetimeSports.com. We'll talk about all of that when we come back in 4 minutes right here on Double G Sports Talk Saturday.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a big Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available, but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinals, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue, just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Cavanaugh Kia's Pre-Owned Superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Cavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at CavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit focusbank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. Hello, I'm Clifton Garmrath, and I have some very exciting news for you. This year, YourPrimetimeSports.com will be bringing you live video coverage of 5A youth football. Check out our scheduled broadcast on YourPrimetimeSports.com. Become a fan of our Facebook page and catch all the live action right here on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Welcome back to Double G Sports Talk Saturday. It's only a single G. Clifton was here very briefly at the top of the show to talk about last night's football action, and then he had to go to Forrest City. He's on the road right now, putting together basketball photographs for our basketball magazine, the 5A East preview that we are putting out. We did it for football, which is right there. And now we're working on the basketball issue. And someday we hope to expand that to where we're beyond the 5A East and we get teams like you guys
All right.
in our magazine.
That'd be great.
As well. Isn't that nice?
That is.
That's this is Coach Matt Dean from Rector. He is the athletic director. First time this year he has been promoted to athletic director. He's also the girls basketball coach of the Lady Cougars. They're already playing basketball. Who have you played so far?
We beat Armorel Monday night. Played extremely well. Hit 14 three-pointers. Had 8 different kids hit.
14 three-pointers.
Yeah, 8 different kids hit them, too.
How many times did you shoot it?
I think we were 14 for 28, if I remember correctly.
50%. You can't ask me. That's great.
Yeah, we lit it up. And then we beat a Hughes team last night. Jumped out on them 21-3 and ended up beating them 14 or 15.
This was over at the Joe V. Jones.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you still got more games to go in that?
No, that was the only game we played.
Okay.
We play ICC Tuesday nights, our next non-conference game.
Which, by the way, will be live, our first ever basketball broadcast on your Primetime Sports TV. We've done plenty on radio, but it'll be the first basketball game you will be able to watch on your Primetime Sports. We're going to have a doubleheader for you, girls and boys, Tuesday night from Rector, Izard County, Battle of the Cougars.
Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be great now that we're going to have TV there. That'll be an added element. I'll have to tell my kids.
First time we believe that Rector or Izard County have ever been televised.
Right. Now this is my second year, and I don't know of another time we have.
Well, that's this Tuesday, and let's talk about your other non-conference games that will tune you up before you hit that brutal conference schedule.
Well, we come up on a stretch that's going to be really tough before our conference, and I don't know who made our schedule, but
wasn't you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're the athletic director. It was you that did that.
No, it seemed like a good idea in March, but we play Manila, who actually Mark Manchester is the coach there now, and I took his place at Rector, so.
Now, wasn't he an administrator
at Walnut Ridge?
At Walnut Ridge.
Yes.
And then when Coach Taylor retired, they have hired Coach Mark Manchester to be.
Well, took Jeff Priest's place, the girls.
Coach Manchester's coaching the girls.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he wasn't a girls coach before, was he?
Yes. Well, he coached the boys at Rector for a while, and then he switched to the girls.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Because the last time I was actually involved in a game that he was coaching boys.
Right.
So I didn't realize that he also coached girls.
Yeah.
Okay. So he is now the girls' coach. He has taken Coach Priest's place.
Right.
Where'd Coach Priest go?
He is the AD and assistant principal, I believe.
At Manila.
At Manila.
It's just a merry-go-round of coaches around here. And we were talking about The one coach that has stayed in the same spot the entire 11 seasons that I've been here, we just had on the show, Coach Richey.
Coach Richey.
Everybody else just bounces around.
Yeah, I coached with Coach Richey at Marmaduke.
You were at Marmaduke you were there when I first started.
Right.
When I moved up here and started doing this up here, you and Richey were the tag team up there.
That's
at
right.
So what other non-conference are we looking at?
And then the next night after Manila, we play Wiener, who has got, Casey Mack, and they had to move in from Valley View, so they're going to be really good.
And, they're so lucky they still have a school. They're living on borrowed time right now. Eventually, the plug is going to be pulled on that great program up there, and they're going to be part of Harrisburg.
Yeah, I know, and I went to school there in 7th grade, so I kind of, have mixed feelings about that because I went to school and I know how the small schools are, and I really like the small school atmosphere.
So of course, you guys are in the NEA.
Oh yeah.
Defending
champs
of the NEA and the girls' lower divisions. What do they call it now? Do they call it lower division? They're trying to be politically correct and not irritate anybody.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they do it based on student population now. So,
but the name of the bracket though, they're trying to not offend anyone.
Yeah,
and
I don't
can't
remember
what it was they called
either.
it this time around. But you're the defending champions of that. What other non-conference tournaments do you have on your schedule?
Actually, that is it.
NEA is it.
That's it.
Wow. Okay. And then that brutal conference schedule we were talking about, man, it's loaded top to bottom, and boys and girls. There are teams that will be worthy of going to state that will stay home.
You're right. I mean, it's like a state tournament in itself. I'm hoping we can get to regional. That's going to be the tough part, is getting to regional. I think once you get to regional, you win a game, you got a shot, because you're.
Who's on that schedule that you look at and say, man, that's going to be a game?
With the conference, it'll be BIC, Marmaduke, Mark Tree, EPC, the tradition they've got.
Yeah.
I mean, every night.
And you don't even know. I mean, all we've got is hearsay to go on with Augusta and McCrory.
Right.
So you don't even really truly know until you get on the floor with them for the first time.
Well, Hughes' coach last night told me Augusta was going to be really good.
See, there you go. My gosh, what a season it's going to be for the Rector Cougars and Lady Cougars. I know you're not the boys' coach, but you are the AD. Tell us how the boys are looking real quick.
They're looking really well. They got 4 starters back from a team that got beat in the state semifinals last year.
They went all the way to the Final Four.
Yes, and finished 4th in the conference. So that tells you how, the girls EPC went to the finals and finished 3rd in our conference, and our boys finished 4th in the conference and went to the state semifinals. So it tells you how our conference prepares you for later on in the year.
It's you never know. My gosh, that is such a good conference. And we're going to be broadcasting. This is new for us this year. We did a couple of Marmaduke games last year. We didn't do Rector. We've added Rector to our early season coverage. See, once conference season hits in that 5A East, starting in January, we are a 5A East machine.
Right.
But you've got November and December, October, November, December basketball going on where we can bounce around and get some of these other area schools. Rector is one of those.
We can't wait.
We've got you guys, we've already talked about this. We've got you guys on Tuesday, doubleheader, boys and girls hosting Izard County. That's not the only game of yours we've got. So this will be news to you, I guess, sitting right here with us live on the air. I want to go ahead and go over the Rector games that we will be broadcasting this year on your primetime sports. And I'm doing this live, so I'm scrolling down the page here, so bear with me while we do this. Augusta at Rector. We were just talking about those guys.
Right.
And now,
that's a 4-game. It's a 4-game night
too. It's a 4-game night. So we're gonna get. It's another doubleheader. We're gonna get the girls and the boys on that night on November the 20th. Augusta will travel to Rector. That'll be a long drive for them.
Yes.
The next time that we have, I want to make sure I didn't miss any back up in here. The first one is there on this coming Tuesday night. The next one is November 20th. And then after that, the next Rector, it's a girls-only night. It will be Greene County Tech traveling to play you guys.
Well, is that
Friday, November the 30th?
Yes, that's the Hall of Fame Classic. We don't actually play Greene County Tech.
Oh.
They play, gosh, I can't remember right off. They play Morrilton.
Oh, really?
Yes, and we play a
Are you
nailer.
both playing the same night?
Yes.
Well, then it'll be a doubleheader, folks. Here's
Yes.
what that's good news for us.
Right.
We're going to have a doubleheader girls game for you that night. Greene County Tech will play the Morrilton Lady Devil Dogs, and then you play before or after Greene County Tech? You play after
I think
them?
we play before. I think it's like at 4:30. Now this, I can't remember
Okay,
exactly.
well, we're going to have it. We're going to have
okay.
it. You guys are going to play Naylor, Missouri.
Naylor.
And I don't know their
I don't
mascot
either.
The Naylor girls basketball team, and they will play against Rector. So what's the name of that classic?
It's the Hall of Fame Classic.
The Hall of Fame Classic. I didn't realize that. See, on the schedule, it showed on AAA's website, it showed you guys hosting Greene County Tech.
Oh, wow.
And so that's where I got that. You were
Right.
playing then. I said, well, that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Let's get that one.
Yeah.
But it's a bonus because now we're going to get 2 games out of the deal.
Right.
Are you paying attention to this camera guy? Because you're going to be there too. All right. So that's our next one. That's November the 30th. That's the week after Thanksgiving on a Friday night. And then I think we have one more. I'm going to look down through here. Yeah, Marmaduke at Rector, Friday, December 14th. Biggest rivalry of the conference right there.
That's one of the biggest, I tell you.
Yeah, that's going to be, and I can't remember if that's I think that's a boys only night. I don't know if it's a Friday night.
That's a Friday night. That's a boys'
night. That's a boys' night.
Right.
So we'll have the boys' game on that night. But see, that's the problem that we run into. The girls in this conference primarily play on Monday and Thursday nights, and our broadcast nights, for more reasons than one, are Tuesdays and Friday nights.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but we've lucked out and gotten you guys on some good dates where your girls are going to be playing on a night we can be there.
I'm glad these girls, work hard all year, and they're going to get some exposure from this, and they really deserve it because of the time they put in. I don't think people realize how much time is put into what we do.
So on 4 different broadcast dates, that's 3 Rector girls games that we're going to have on, and 3 Rector boys games that we're going to have, because the boys aren't playing in the Hall of Fame Classic.
Yes, they are actually. They are. They play that night. They play Truman that night on that Friday night.
So in theory, let's look at this real quick. We could get 3 games on that Friday night in one night. We could get the Greene County Tech Lady Eagles, and then back-to-back Rector games on that same night.
That's right.
All right, I need for you to fax me that schedule.
I'll do that.
I'll give you the fax machine
Okay.
number off air, but I definitely want to look that over and see if there's any other teams that we cover that are playing on that. Is it just 3 games that night?
There's 4. I don't remember who the other game is. Oh, Kennett Valley View is the other boys' game.
No, that won't be one with our teams that we are covering in the non-5A East Conference schedule are Marmaduke, CRA, Rector, BIC a couple of times, and Walnut Ridge once. So those are our passive, our non-conference 5A East, our passive coverage is what I'm saying, that we covered before we get to 5A East.
Okay.
And we've expanded that every year. Last year, it was just Marmaduke and CRA.
Right.
This year, we've expanded that to include a few more teams, including you guys. And the bigger we get, we'll get broadened out a little bit more, and our radius will encompass maybe going over to Manila or going over to Gosnell and so on and so forth, and Corning, and just making that radius even bigger and bigger as we grow.
That'd be great.
So, but I'm glad we got you guys on our schedule. I'm glad you got to come in. We're going to have you come in again.
All right, I'd like to.
This is the athletic director and head girls basketball coach at Rector. We're going to see a lot of him this year, starting Tuesday night when there is a doubleheader at Rector. Izard County coming down, and it'll be a battle of the Cougars right here live on yourprimetimesports.com. Thanks so much for coming in.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
We are done. Our next broadcast will be what we just said. Tuesday night from Rector, Izard County facing Rector in the doubleheader. Next one after that, big football game for both teams, Paragould at Blytheville. It means more for Blytheville than it does for Paragould. They're still in the conference in the playoff hunt, and they need to beat Paragould to stay in the playoff hunt. That'll be Friday night. We'll be back here Saturday. We're going to be talking to Beebe's head girls basketball coach, Greg Richey. We're going to try and talk to Vince McCroskey, the head football coach from Blytheville, and we're going to have Meadowlark Lemon.
Oh.
I know. Tell me about it.
That's awesome.
Meadowlark Lemon will be here. It won't be a live interview. It will be a recorded interview, but it'll be leading up to the Harlem Globetrotters benefit game that will be next Saturday at Paragould High School.
Oh, wow.
Did you not know about
this? No, I don't know anything.
There's a benefit Harlem Globetrotters game, and he's still running around with these guys. He plays just a little bit, but he is more or less a spokesman and does all these different speaking engagements and stuff like that. He's a legend.
Oh, unbelievable.
We're going to have him on yourprimetimesports.com.
That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Tuesday night live from Rector. I'm Dave Grimm for Clifton Garmrath and our cameraman, Brett Carlisle. He's waving and you can't see him. We'll see you next time.